What's going on? It is January 20th, 2025. Today is day 22 of 90 hard. So I got up, killed my run this morning. Day 22. I'm sore, but we're gonna get it done. All right, good morning. Day 22, 90 hard. Out here grinding, getting it done. Came back, I did not get in the pool and do a cold plunge. So I feel a certain way about that. However, cold plunging wasn't part of my 90 hard, but I started doing them and I should have just keep continuing doing them. Did my journaling in Devo, and then I headed to the office. It was a typical Monday. We did a lot of administrative things today. I did clean up a few edits, but overall, just a really solid day. There are a couple things that I need to address about the video I posted today on my YouTube analytics and some footage of me running the half marathon. So when you watch the video, and especially the parts of me running the marathon, you are going to see a couple things, and these are the things I need to address. One, I have a giant booger underneath my nose for the majority of my run. It's just stuck in my mustache there. It's really gross and disgusting. And yeah, so that is there. That's the first thing I need to address. The second thing is in a couple of shots, you see like blood caked all in my mouth. Well, what happened was I like to chew gum when I run, and sometimes running and chewing gum is hard for a guy like me. And I bit my tongue 2 or 3 times, and I bit the inside of my cheek a couple times to the point where I'm bleeding in my mouth and I'm spitting out blood. Really disgusting. So yeah, you'll see my mouth full of blood on a couple of those shots as well. I don't know how closely you're paying attention to watching them, but if you do see them, I'm addressing them. So it's super embarrassing, but it goes perfectly in line with the premise of today's video, which I'm going to talk about humility. And what I want to do is share 3 things that humility is teaching me and what I'm working through in regards to humility. All right, so the first thing that humility is teaching me is when I'm operating in that space of humility, I'm authentically being the true version of Jason. The good, the bad, the ugly, the whole 9 yards. But sometimes my pride and my ego will come in to want to protect me because it's super scary to be open and vulnerable like that. I really have to be cognizant of that and push my pride and my ego to the side, acknowledge that they're there, that I do have pride and ego issues at times, but just allow that space of humility to operate so I can get freedom from whatever it is that I'm experiencing. The second thing that humility is teaching me is about relationships and how terrible I am at building relationships, sustaining relationships, and like fostering healthy relationships. Humility is allowing me to see how important I need to set aside my pride and my ego and allow relationships to foster with both healthy communication and keeping my mouth shut a lot of times. Like, I don't need to respond to things when there's an argument or a disagreement. A lot of times I instantly get defensive or revert right into anger, and it just doesn't build healthy communication or healthy relationships with other people. So naturally, friendships be the way that they are without intervening and like having to like basically micromanage them with my pride and my ego driving the bus. And then the third thing that humility is teaching me is about my own internal peace. Like, I really feel as if I don't have to prove myself to other people anymore. I'm allowed to be the real version of myself. For majority of my life, I allowed pride and ego to drive the bus, and I tend to always want to strive to be something I wasn't. And it just comes across very shallow and fake. And it's it's just not good. It's not a good look. So what humility is teaching me is it's okay to like take off those masks, to be completely vulnerable, and to be who I am and how God designed me. So one of the things I have been struggling with this past year is I'm not what I used to be when it comes to running. I have become extremely slower. I have not been able to push myself the way that I used to push myself, and it's really affecting my mental health. Like it has been for several months. And so like my pride and my ego are telling me like, you know, you suck. Why can't you just show up, like do the thing that you know you can do? Humility will allow me to operate from a place of grace and come in and take all the facts of my current situation. Like one, you know, I fell into addiction for several years and I did not treat my body right. I started smoking for 2.5 years. I was smoking 1.5 packs of cigarettes a day. I got COVID pretty bad, and then I got valley fever on top of it. And valley fever is just something that doesn't go away. It's like a thing that keeps flaring up in my chest. And I'm getting older. So those are all the facts. And like I'm not applying them to the situation. Humility can operate that way, but my pride and my ego are casting those aside and saying, why can't you just be what you used to be? Why can't you run that 6-minute mile easily? Like, why can't you do that, Jason? And since I can't, pride and ego is telling me what a piece of crap I am. And it's hard. And it's just something I've been battling. But what I have been doing and what humility is allowing me to do is like, it's okay to not be what I used to be. I'm something different now. And it's okay that I ran a race yesterday and I didn't really care about the time. Like I felt comfortable not pushing myself extremely hard. It was still hard and I pushed myself, but I was comfortable not caring about what the clock said. These are the things humility is showing me and teaching me, and I am grateful for that. So that's all I got, guys. Very simplistic talking head video tonight, and it's okay. I don't need to do anything super elaborate all the time, and I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, all my subscribers. You guys are amazing. And on that, I will catch you guys on the next one.